Hello everyone, happy Halloween. I'm really hoping this is uploaded on Halloween. This is Black Bear Senpai speaking, and I'm truly excited to bring to you a new edition of Among the Woods. This time, using the Halloween theme, it now becomes Among the Haunted Woods. And again, as I've always stated, these events get better and better each time, but this time was a little different. The reason I say this is because Among the Woods was able to compete with some pretty heavy hitters out in the Houston area, and even Freaky Deaky, which is probably one of the more premier events. I'm sure most of you guys already know that, but for anyone who doesn't, this was a pretty large undertaking, and not only did they do well, they hit it out of the park, and that was just people showing up. We're not even talking about stage, the music, the type of artists they had, all local, all had some seemingly a small fan base. Like, I had people telling me specifically, like, yeah, I'm here to listen to so-and-so, but then stayed for the entire event. These are the things that really create a community, and it's being created around Among the Woods. So before I go further, big shout out to Mic Check Events, everyone that had anything to do with this event as far as getting it done. This is why I keep doing it. But I don't think I need to say much more. I will say that I won't be talking too much about individual DJs. There's just so much going on all at once, so I really don't know how long the video is actually going to be. But as far as what you guys know, there's two stages, same entrance path, same type of vibe as before, but of course the added allure of Halloween, plus just the added equipment and toys that I will talk about thoroughly in this particular video. But without further ado, please enjoy, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Hey! One specific perfect the way we behave. One specific perfect the way we behave. It's too random, specific, extremely low frequency.
So coming in, it was already pretty late. I had a long drive out to Cleveland, Texas, and people were already into the groove of it. I won't say it had started yet. I don't think that's when it had officially started, but of course the camping grounds were open, and I would go out there and try to get a couple of shots. And I waited a little bit, just a tad, just to make sure that when I walked down the path, I was ready. And man, was it worth it. They covered it in this red hue, and it was absolutely mesmerizing, and they put these small horror things kind of throughout the pathway, and it just made it seem a little bit more fun, right? It made it seem a little bit more interactive. There was even one trap, I think, that if you stood by it too long, it would move or something, and it used to startle me at first because, of course, everything else was just a prop, but this prop decided that it wanted to laugh and cackle and whatever Halloween clowns do. That was pretty cool. There was also some pretty horrible things as well, like some pretty, like, I'd say some gruesome images going down. Again, nothing too scary, nothing that will keep somebody from going to the party, but, you know, enough to get the Halloween spirit afloat. The first stage was a silent sound stage, and I guess the way to explain that is you have multiple DJs, and they would hand out at a table these different headphones. Well, not even different headphones, they're the same headphones, but you could go to the certain frequency or channel that each DJ was playing on, and of course they did it by red, blue, green, as simple as you can be, and you got to listen to what the DJ was playing to at that particular moment. So they had like multiple different sounds playing in the same spot, but of course when you walked past it, it just looked like people just kind of, you know, out in the field dancing, which of course I guess in any other point would be kind of like haha funny, but to me, this is maybe just me kind of keying in or putting something extra into it, because it was Halloween. It seemed like almost like zombies dancing. And that's no slight to anyone out there. I had the headphones on a couple of times too, kind of just beating my head to it. But when you're walking by and you don't know what's going on, it seems like they're just kind of mindlessly there, just kind of bumping to whatever is playing that you can't hear. And I thought that was kind of an extra little into it. Again, I'm probably looking more into it, but I think because of the Halloween aesthetic, it really worked personally for me. Of course, once you're there was a couple of vendors, especially a big shout out to my man Flipper. He wasn't there the first night, but of course the booth was still there, so everyone had a good time with that, getting their face painted, pause, and all the different things that, make raves raves. Now, I will say that I was already impressed, already impressed with this first stage. When I get there, this stage took my breath away. This stage I didn't expect was possible where we were at. Again, these guys are just different. It's maddening sometimes when I'm just like, oh, you outdid yourself from before. Cool. Like, oh, you outdid yourself from before. And then of course this time, okay, it's 2 days. That's already outdoing yourself from before. You have enough people to, feasibly do 2 days. Then you bring me this. Then you bring me this stage. And it's just as open as before. It's not like the smaller one where it's like, okay, we didn't have enough time. You guys legitimately did the whole thing. It's like, again, it's maddening. Again, I can gush, like just so proud of just being a part of this in any way, form, or fashion. What these guys keep doing, it makes me excited. I'm like, yo, this is a constant thing. And it's not even like I'm expecting it, right? It's not like this really good rapper. It's like, yeah, his bars have to be top notch next time, or like every time I go to a DJ set, he has to go harder than before. This is more or less like, yeah, they did really good last time. I just expect that. I expect them to at least match that, and then they just blow it out the park. So again, big shout out to everyone involved with Among the Haunted Woods. This stage took the cake for me, and it was obviously, I think, the biggest shock for most people there. Now, I guess to round it all off, I do want to talk about the vibes. First, I think I'll go with the costumes and the people, and then I'll just go with how everyone handled just this type of freedom that we had here at Among the Haunted Woods. And first, I'm so glad for everyone who came to dress up. I didn't get video and picture of everybody. Some people seemingly weren't really part of the scene, so I wasn't trying to be in everybody's face. The people who did let me take pictures and allowed me to take video, I really appreciate you. Now, as far as just how the people were, honestly, I was surprised about how many people wanted to be in the silent stage. Now, granted, like I said, there's a lot of people who came for certain DJs, so they kind of came, and a lot of them were at that one, and it was always pretty full. And again, I really enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty cool, that it was a used resource. Now, as far as the main stage would get full sometimes, but it really was best for the fire performances. I think it was really nice to have that second stage where people can do things like that, flow, and all the other essential things within rave and plur culture. It was definitely infectious. People really enjoyed each other. Like I said, out there in the parking lot area, in the camping site, everyone was being very friendly, accommodating. helpful, really. It was nice to see that again. Like, it seems like among the Honeywoods, well, among the woods. Hell, mic check events, it seems to be really creating a real identity around that, and it's like real true plur with the best foot forward. And it's something I wish for all the local places within the Houston area. Of course, this is where I stay, but really anywhere that really dabbles in this stuff. Now, there were negatives, and this is because I do say that I want to be as honest as possible. And it's not to say that this happens here, not anywhere else, just it happened in front of me, essentially twice. So I felt that it was only fair that I said something. Two guys almost did get into a scuffle that was pretty put out pretty quickly. Cooler heads prevailed, but of course that happens when not only there is party favors, but just an abundance of, like I said, freedom. People feel like they can do things there that they may not be able to get away with somewhere else. So I am glad that it was quelled. We don't want that type of thing there. We don't want something bad to happen to where these things cannot happen anymore. So guys, always keep that in mind.
Reassessing tactical parameters. Critical systems non-functional. Killer. Error. I can't feel my legs. Alert.
For me, a lot of personal highlights was getting to party with Rex. You know, follow him on TikTok, raving.rex. Good friend of mine, obviously, but he's really trying to put his foot forward with the content thing, and I think he does have something going there. So please support that if you want to. I did some mock interviews with Zunny. We should be taking Nova by storm, so see you guys in a couple of weeks. And yeah, again, it was just a nice time seeing a bunch of the people I haven't seen in a while. I've been pretty much on a hiatus for like a month, maybe a little more. So yeah, it was pretty fun to really get to reconnect. But you know what, guys, I don't think I have too much more to say about the event. I've been showing you guys clips and things of this sort, but yeah, this was one of the funner things I've done in a long time, and I'm just really glad I get to share it with you all. Again, big shout out to Mic Check Events, the entire staff at Among the Woods. You guys hit it out the park every time, and I'm so excited to see where you guys can take this. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. This was Blackbird Senpai speaking. Peace.